Girls here. Thanks for coming on today's episode. This week, like every week, I'll be talking about natural living and healthy tips that will get you to rethink how you live and what products or habits you can easily change to better your life. So let's get started. Hello, and welcome to Urban Wisdom, you guys. Well, this week's topic is how to can strawberry jam. Now, it's about strawberry season time again, which means it's time to can. Canning strawberry jam is one of the easiest fruits to can if you are a beginner or a veteran canner. To make it even more straightforward, in this tutorial, we will be using the recipe on the inside of a Sure-Jell box to make our strawberry jam. Now, here's the recipe. To begin, let's take a look at the items we'll need. Number 1, Sure-Jell. Number 2, white sugar. 3, your strawberries. 4, butter. 5, a ladle. Number 6, a damp washcloth. 7, a dishwasher or a canner. Number 8, potato masher. 9, a funnel. 10, jelly jars or quart jars. 11, bowl. 12, measuring cup. 13, rings and lids. 14, 3 pots, 1 for jam, 1 for the lids, and 1 for heating the jars. Number 15 is metal spoon, and number 16 is a magnet for the lids. It's not required, but it is very helpful. So you guys, let's get right into the directions. But before we start, if you go to heatherearls.com/strawberryjam, I have a YouTube video on this. I have written instructions with the pictures, and now you're getting the audio version. So, all right, step 1. Now that you have all your items, you're going to turn your oven to the lowest setting. Mine goes down to 175, so whatever yours is. The next step is to put the lids in a pot. Boil water in a tea kettle and then pour the boiling water over the lids until they are covered. And then you can just turn, you don't have to turn your stovetop on at that point, but if it looks like your lids are getting a little cool, just turn that burner on to low, okay? Now fill another pot with water, about 2/3 full, and heat on medium-high or just below the boiling point. Fill jars about 3/4 full and then full of warm water, and then place them into the pot. When you see your jars are heated, start to measure your already washed and cut strawberries. I cut mine in half and then mash them with a potato masher until the desired size of fruit remains. Because remember, this is jam, not jelly. So in jam, you want a little bit or little bits of fruit in there. Jelly, it's kind of pureed and just smoother, okay? So that's kind of the difference between the two. Also, you're going to measure your sugar at this time in a separate bowl. So you have your strawberries measured and your sugar measured. Now place your third pot on the stove and turn it to high. Add your strawberries first, then your sugar, and last a 1/2 teaspoon of butter. This keeps the stuff from foaming or the foaming down. Now heat jam until it reaches a rolling boil, one that doesn't stop when you stir it. After the mixture comes to a rolling boil, add your pectin or your Sure-Jell and stir it for exactly 1 minute longer. Then remove it from the heat. And you guys, I time it exactly the 1 minute. Remember to remove any foam with your metal spoon and put it in a small bowl or discard. And you're going to see the foam on top. Like I said, if you go to the blog, you'll see the pictures I have of that. So you're now ready to start filling your jars. Remove a heated jar from the pot and replace it with a cold one. Set your funnel in the jar and ladle the hot jam into the jar, leaving a 1/8 space from the top. Remove the funnel and wipe the top of the jar with a damp washcloth so no residue is left on it. This makes for a clean seal. Now take your magnet and remove one of the lids, placing it on top of your filled jar, and then screw on one of your rings. I hold my finger in the middle of the lid so it doesn't move around, and then screw the lid or the ring on top of that. Now next, place your now full jar in the oven to keep warm until you have all of your strawberry jam in the jars. This is just nice because you do not want your fruit to cool in the jars or your jars themselves to cool, okay? Now, when your jars are all filled, take them out of the oven and place them in your dishwasher. Push your normal cycle with the heated dry. You can also use a water bath method on a stovetop, but the dishwasher does a great job and it does them all at the same time. You guys, we have multiple people that say, oh, that's not safe. Actually, the dishwasher is going to get it to a higher heat, especially if you hit that heated dry cycle, than it's going to in the hot water bath. So it's perfectly safe. I've been doing this for years. And my mother and grandmother, okay, we've used this method for a very long time and nobody has ever gotten sick. If you do the heated, heating your jars on the stovetop, you just want to make sure your jars are covered. And again, the instructions on that Sure-Jell package, so you know for quart size and pint size and the time that it takes for those. So once your dishwasher is finished, place your sealed jars on a dish towel on the counter or table and lay another dish towel over the top. We're just trying to keep them a little bit warm, and then you're going to leave them set for 24 to 48 hours. After the allotted time, check to see if they have all sealed by pressing your finger down on top of the lids. If it pops, it is not sealed. Like if it pops up and down when you're pushing on it, it's not sealed. If it doesn't pop, meaning if you push down and it just stays, you have made your first successful round of strawberry jam. Now, you guys, my experience using the dishwasher method is all of them almost always seal when they're doing the dishwasher cycle, and or when you open that dishwasher door, you're going to hear a lot of popping. It should only take a few minutes. If it's stubborn, some will take longer. That's why you leave it out for the 24 to 48 hours, but most of the time they're going to seal sooner than that. So you guys, congratulations. You are now an expert at canning strawberry jam with a dishwasher or with a canner on the stovetop. Now, a special note, store in a cool place until you are ready to use the jam. Canned products can last for years, but be sure to always check your seal before using each jar. You should hear a suction sound or a slight pop when opening a canned jar. Now, you guys, this recipe is good for different fruits and stuff you want to use. As far as the heating, the dishwasher process, filling your jars. For measurements on sugar, just look inside that Sure-Jell recipe and it'll list actually each fruit and how long or how much sugar you should put with it and so forth. So you guys, I love you. And if you have any questions on canning or need more food tutorials, please visit heatherearls.com and leave me a comment. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for listening to today's episode of Urban Wisdom and Natural Living. Tune in next week where I'll broadcast live every Monday morning at 8 a.m. If you miss it live, hold those tears and head on over to my blog, which is heatherearls.com. That's Heather, EARLES.com. There you can have 24/7 access or right here on iTunes. If you want to follow me on social media, you'll find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Pinterest. Have a healthy week.